I think this game is going to come down to whose true freshmen play better.
This is it. There's a lot on the line.
Because I think Bo Jackson's a better running back.
You think Bo is better than Marshall?
Yeah. I'm Chris. That's Johnny. Johnny, dog, how long have we known each other?
Man, it's been what? It's been about four, maybe 5 years.
I think I met you after the first Michigan-Ohio State loss.
Yeah,
I didn't know you for the first one.
Yeah. Also about 4 years, I think.
Yeah, I met you for the second one. Had you pop on with me and Ron a couple times on Menace. You and I, it's funny because I hate your team, but I definitely respect your work. It's at the beginning of the year, early in the year, man. The internet tried to get us into beef. They tried to have us pinning against each other. We almost had a box.
They did. I was like, I'm just gonna leave it alone after this. And I go to Menace and they, Chris, I'm going to tell Chris right now.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Obviously, like I started like my own little content journey separately from Menace, and it's kind of just been like me like pushing myself creatively. But I want to make sure like I still like keep around like the tomfoolery, and like that's what this rivalry really is. And I want you to be honest, dog. Like, were you surprised last year when Ohio State lost to Michigan? Did that surprise you a little bit?
Well, the way it played out, it did.
Okay.
But you know, when I always do my pregame analysis and things, I always say if I've seen someone slow your team down, I think we can do it too.
Okay, we can slow you down more like we are the molasses.
Exactly.
Okay.
So all I need to do is see somebody else did it.
And you felt like he's tall enough.
Yeah. So like I say, it's not going to be easy, but the blueprint to do it is out there. So all you have to do is try to replicate it.
Okay. No, that's real. That's understandable. It's funny because like this year, I feel like you guys are kind of heading into the game with a little bit more momentum, maybe. I mean, you guys have shown that like when your top two running backs go down, you can still run the football. Bryce Underwood, I don't think he's very good. I think he's a liability, but you guys still scored 45. On defense, you know, I don't know what to make of you guys going man-to-man across the board. I don't know if that's like was just like to show it to Ohio State to make Ohio State feel confident, or if you guys really intends to go man-to-man. Like I don't know what it is, but on the Ohio State side, like I think there is a lot of worry because like Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith are dinged up. I'm told that Jeremiah Smith's 100% going to play or 90% going to play. I think that Carnell Tate's going to play. As a Michigan fan, like, do you want to beat Ohio State at full strength? You want to beat Ohio State at full strength, right? Like, you want both those guys.
I don't care.
You know, oh, you don't care.
Yeah.
See, it's funny because you saying that is what I think most Michigan fans are thinking, but will never say out loud. You'll see a lot of Michigan fans like, oh, I want them both to play. But in the back of your head, you're like, we got a better shot to win this game if they don't play.
If they don't play, I don't care because we've had injuries, and it's a part of the game. So am I wishing, like, man, I hope he's hurt? No.
I know you're not wishing that at all. I don't want this to get clipped up. You're not wishing anybody to get hurt.
Yeah. But if he doesn't play because he can't go, it's not going to bother me because either way, bragging rights are up for grabs. Either way.
Yeah, like
these jokes and the other side's not going to care about any excuse.
These jokes are going to hit the same. Okay, what is your blue? We'll just take turns. What's your blueprint for Michigan to beat Ohio State?
Offensively, ball control. We need, of course, to run the ball, but not just run up the middle. It needs to be different tosses, pitches, stretch, and also running up the middle. Also, Bryce Underwood being a game manager. You don't want to put too much on his plate against this defense. Obviously, Matt Patricia disguising a lot of things. He's going to get confused. So you want him to be a game manager. But the big thing about Bryce Underwood, you want him to be able to pick up yards with his legs, whether that's design runs, whether that's on the read, or whether that's scrambles on third and shorts and things like that, and get down. Don't let one of these dudes take your head off.
Is he the biggest liability for you guys? Like, can you grade Underwood's season for me, please? Because look, I'll keep it a stack. I was high on Underwood going into the year. I thought he was a better thrower of the football than he showed. But dead ass, like I'm not trying to be disrespectful, and I don't know how you'll take this. But to me, he's Terrell Pryor. To me, he's the 5-star all everything guy, the guy that's number one player, taken, and he went to a place for whatever reason that does not have the infrastructure for him to be successful as the type of quarterback he is, and a place that I think has shown they don't really develop passers, right? Like the whole quarterback thing, I think is like case by case, but Michigan doesn't really develop passers. And so for me, the same thing with Pryor. Pryor went to go join Tressel. It was like, what are you
Yeah,
doing? Like this offense is going to help you. They don't develop passers to help you at all. In fact, the best passer we've had has been Troy Smith, and he didn't really do anything in the NFL. So like
true.
the thought process is, okay, when Underwood goes to Michigan, it's the same kind of deal. You guys don't have the infrastructure. And I think maybe the one thing that you guys had that we didn't is, I mean, Andrew Marsh is a monster, but he can't do it all by
Yeah,
himself. And I think both of
that's true.
those two, if they want to be successful, they'll go somewhere else to go be high flyers. Because at Michigan, it's really just the couple yards in a cloud of dust.
I mean, I'm not gonna say you're wrong all the way because
But
coming in
disrespectful. I'm a little disrespectful.
a little bit, but I'm not. There's some truth in what you're saying, so I'm not gonna hold it against you at this point. So him coming here, we're trying to become a better passing team, obviously. Trying to get more receivers, which we have the recruits, but they're young, and we got some more coming in. So we'll see what we do in the offseason. But as of right now, Marsh has stepped up, and they're still trying to find their way with Bryce because he's still making young mistakes. The arm talent is there.
It is. No, it is.
But the problem is our receivers, when he was earlier in the year, he was on point for the most part, and they were dropping easy passes. And then when that happened, he started to make a little more freshman mistakes. Plus, they're still dropping passes. Now you look at his numbers, you're like, bro, this dude is straight boo-boo.
He looks like he's pressing, man. Like he plays like he thinks he's better than he actually is. And I think that's what turns me off. Like he does like the weird Mahomes thing, the weird hero ball thing, and then you pair that with him saying, belt to ass. You never seen a freshman like me. I'm super different.
I hated that. Like I hated that he said that.
Okay, he's got the huge ego, and like people get on me on this channel like you don't judge Bryce fairly because he's a freshman. I'm like, no, he told me not to judge him fairly. He told me to treat him like he's one of the ones.
I hate that, bro. When he said that, I think it was the Sunday call-in show. I said, I don't like it. And people, well, he's from Detroit. I don't care. I'm from Michigan, where we all grew up around that. We're cocky. I don't care. You're the quarterback. I don't want to hear that stuff. And you haven't proved anything. So in college, like right now, sometimes he tries to do things in his footwork, his mechanics, the fundamentals get bad, and he thinks he can just get away with, making these off kilter throws, and it ends up bad sometimes. But if he has his feet set, he's pretty on point, and he can make some of these off kilter throws. But that's not something you want to.
You don't
start
want to
doing consistently.
You don't want to start shooting the 30-foot threes before we're hitting free throws.
Exactly. So he's putting the cart before the horse a little bit, and that's what gets him in trouble because you'll watch him and you'll be like, okay, he's missing some throws, some overthrows, and then all of a sudden you'll see an NFL throw. So that's the thing with him, and you just gotta let him take his lumps a little bit.
He's got the upside, and it's funny because I don't like his personality. It bugs me a little bit. I don't think it matches.
It bothers me too.
It bothers both of us. But I'll say this: that kind of personality, I think, is perfect for this kind of game, right? Like this is the game where you have to go in and feel like you're Michael Jordan. Because if you don't go and feel like you're Michael Jordan, then you'll tighten up. And that's the one thing I'll say about him. Like I think he's a liability. I think he's not a very good passer. I think he can throw you out of games. But also that personality with that type of up-end talent, this might be the perfect stage for him, right?
It could be. And my thing with him is because Sharon Moore earlier in the year was trying to not run him, and I
noticed that. I did a whole series on that. I think that really hurt him. I think I have this belief, like with college coaches and college quarterbacks, to win games, you have to allow your quarterback to have the full toolbox open. And when you don't, you limit 3 to 4 first downs per game that your quarterback could get. And when they lost that game to Oklahoma, that's why. John Mateer, they said, we need you to pick up yards with your legs whenever. And all of a sudden, he gets better. Here we go. Texas, they were not using the legs of Arch Manning for a while there. As soon as they did, guess what? Arch Manning now looks like a top 10 quarterback in the country. And I know people wrote him off, said he was dead, but like last week he had 4 touchdowns in the air, 1 on the ground, and 1 receiving. It's like once they got out of the we're scared for them to get hurt, those guys get better. And I felt like it was going to happen because you remember game 1 or game 2, Bryce Underwood threw a block. And after the game, Sharon Moore said he didn't want to see that. And I'm like, oh, he's terrified about him getting hurt. He's about to tighten up. Really, what kind of maybe the best thing for Bryce Underwood and for Sharon Moore this year was the interim head coach. Interim head coach, I got shit to lose. Like, let's go run, young fella. And that was when I thought your run game looked its very best during that stretch.
I can't say you lying. That's what, and I've been preaching this all year, bro. Like, I've been preaching everything you just said. Like, for this dude to be what we want him to be and this offense to be what we want it to be, he has to use his legs. Like, it's too big of a talent to not use. And I believe that's why we were in some struggle games, because they just wouldn't use his legs, bro. Like, if it wasn't a scramble, they weren't using his legs. It wasn't any call design runs, no read, So that's the thing. And this is the game for that. Like, and I said it, if we don't use him on QB design runs and QB reads and things like that, I'm going to crash out, bro. We better win. If not, I'm crashing out.
That's real. And guess what? If you crash out, you can't run from me. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to be in there. I'm going to be in there for real. It is funny, dude. Obviously we're going to talk Ohio State a good amount, but I want to talk on this channel, Johnny, I do a lot of like talking about creators. You've built a crazy community, like a crazy community. And I feel like some of them like seeing me. Some of them hate me. Some of them hate me though. I love the hostility that I feel when I go into your call-in shows. Because look, I used to be an athlete, not an athlete anymore. I'm a podcaster. And when I walk into, and I'm an imagination freak. When I walk into your lives, I feel like a gladiator walking into the pit and seeing all these fucking lions, and I got to try to make it out of here clean, right? And it's hard,
that's
man.
Funny, that's what we call it, the Lion's Den. At first, when I first started, that's what we called it.
That's what it feels like, dude. It's like I'm walking in there, the crowd's up there, and like I gotta try to ignore the chat because the chat be dogging me, and I walk into this arena and like. And it's funny because like you kind of let them go feast. You're like the kind of lion master, just like throw the meat out there, just go get them. And I know when I get in there, and I'll tell you my strategy. I know that everybody will get behind Maniac. I think Maniac is so talented. I think that he's an asshole though too.
y'all two yesterday was some funny stuff, bro. That was funny.
See, the thing is like, and here's the thing I like about Maniac. I like that he keeps it in bounds while also being very disrespectful, but in bounds, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's never going to talk about my family. He's never going to, he's never going to talk about me as a man. He's never going to talk about everything that he's around is you Ohio State fans. And then it's like, fucking crybaby, fucking pussy, fucking bit. And I like that. It's like, all right, bet. Like, it reminds me of when people shit talk when we're hooping. Like that's what that is. Yeah. And so I know whenever I go into one of your like Lions dens, it's like, all right, I got my sword. I'm ready. I might stutter a little bit to get it going, but I know I lock eyes with Maniac. Like I'll go to war with Maniac. Like, I'm in there for that. And it is funny because like nobody will try to come after me until Maniac leaves. Then everybody else is like, all right, like that battle's cleared. Let's go get it going. So I want to give you flowers, man. You've developed a really great community. They all love you. And I just want to give you flowers on that front. But I feel like I've talked too much, man. Talk to me. What you got?
Oh, well, we hit on Carnell Tate. This defense. Defense. Oh,
my defense is hey, this defense that I got is better than any defense you've ever fielded.
Oh,
ever dude. Better than any defense you've ever fielded. We're so we're not nasty.
Y'all are nasty.
We're nasty as fuck.
Let me ask you.
All right.
What if let's say you're a Michigan fan. What's the weakness of your defense?
That's
if you
funny,
had to
man.
Say one.
Well, I think honestly, it might be some youth and some grabbing at corner, right? like Lorenzo Styles out there was getting had. To be honest,
Is
like
he going to play this week?
Zach doesn't think so. Zach, he said
Looked pretty bad.
The way the hit looks, it looks really bad. I've heard some people talk about maybe that collarbone's broken. But no matter what, he was one of the 3 DBs that started. So if he's not playing, and the secondary, they gave a couple PIs, a couple of big plays every now and again. Now I think they're good. They're just not hyper elite the way everybody else is. I do wonder about Devin Sanchez, who's had a couple of high games, a couple of low games. If Chip Lindsey can get Andrew Marsh matched up on him, true freshman on true freshman, I think that might be advantage Michigan.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where I look, and that might end up being the case because if Lorenzo can't go, then you kick Jermaine into the slot, and the 2 outside guys are Igbenogson and Devin Sanchez. Now, I think Devin Sanchez is going to be very, very good, but he has had times this year where he's gotten beat. And for me, like as an Ohio State fan, I'm thinking, okay, what is the worst case scenario that could lead to maybe not a surprise Ohio State loss? And I think that is it. I think him getting off, because honestly, like I think our D line is fantastic. I think we have the best linebackers in America. And the thing that's haunted us year over year over year has, that we have not. Jim Knowles did not force a single fourth quarter punt against Michigan a single time in his time at Ohio State. You know that?
He was a great defensive coordinator.
I said that for you to be like, here's the fucking thing. You're supposed to be like, damn, that's a great stat. Like, that's a great stat.
It's a great stat for me.
Yeah. So, no, you know why it's great for me? Because now we force punts. We force punts now.
I think y'all are a little hard on Jim Knowles.
No, we're not.
So y'all don't give this dude any credit for helping y'all win the championship. I mean, y'all lost to us, but y'all won the championship.
We did, but I don't really blame him too much for that loss. What I will say is kind of the tarnish on his legacy. Oregon, Georgia, Michigan, a bunch of times, right? Like those are the games that kind of like those are like the big games. He forced exactly 0 fourth quarter punts in those games.
Disgusting.
That's really disgusting. And I'll say that there was like some beef between Ryan and between Jim Knowles. And there's the belief that like Ryan Day put his fingers all over the defense after the Oregon game to get things simpler. And my job is to side with my head coach. Yeah. Jim Knowles was fine when he was here. He was a good coordinator, not a great coordinator. Obviously, I would have liked to keep him, but I feel like we upgraded. And I feel like, honestly, that's the thing that you Michigan fans had to like swallow that pill, right? Because I know, were you one of them that didn't think we were going to upgrade with Matt Patricia?
See, I'm not a big I grew up in Michigan, but I've never been a Lions fan.
Okay.
So a lot of Michigan fans that are Lions fans were Matt Patricia's horrible. I was more on I don't know, because I'm not a fan of them, so I didn't pay attention that much. So I was on the more like, let's wait and see.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, honestly, like that's probably the responsible approach, because like the year before, a lot of people were saying, oh, like Chip Kelly, like we saw what he did in the NFL. His players hated him. It's going to be awful. Yeah. And
see, now I probably doubted Chip Kelly more than Patricia.
Honestly, doubting Chip Kelly and then choosing not to doubt Patricia and just being like, wait and see, that means you learn from your mistakes. And I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that.
Because people hold your feet to the fire. You have to deal with this.
I know, dude. Does that ever get old for you, or do you ever get used to that? Like people holding on to every single word you said?
No, because I can't get used to it, because the comments, you could say the game is supposed to start at 7:30. It starts at 7. They're gonna come for you. Like it's the small things and the big ones. If you make a big mistake or a small mistake, they're gonna let you know. It's hard to get used to.
It's funny, bro, because like obviously, like my channel, I do a lot of like creator talk. People will hang on to like every mistake, but like never ever give you flowers for your correct takes. And I think that's the hardest thing to make the adjustment with, is like you get bigger and bigger and bigger in scale, is that people, and it's not honestly, like the people, the dead airheads, they do a really great job of like discussing points with me, because I've got a pretty small community in the grand scheme of things, but like discussing points with me in a way that's not like, you're wrong here, you're always wrong, you're always wrong. It's a more like conversational piece. But I do know that like in the rivalry, like Michigan fans, I don't get that grace from them. If I say one thing that they don't like, it's like, bam. And like you for Ohio State, probably if you say one they don't like, bam, they come after you. So
they don't even like me talking about Ohio State because they know I'm going to say something funny that's going to be funny to Michigan fans, but not to Ohio State fans. So
yeah,
when they see me talking about Ohio State, they already don't like it, even if it could be true, and they still don't like it usually.
Yeah, no, I definitely hear you. I definitely hear you on that. I do want to ask you, dude, Samaj Morgan,
Oh
a
boy,
couple years ago, went on the famous rant. Fuck Marv, fuck
bro, that was
Kyle
legendary.
McCord, fuck Ryan Day. He proceeded to go on and have the most non-existent career ever, and now Michigan fans hate him more than he hates Ohio State. And I believe that Andrew Marsh is now the new primary punt returner. We sat Samaj down.
Yeah, I mean, Samaj is he's been on a constant decline and struggle. Last year he got an excuse because nobody did anything because our quarterback was just horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no matter who it was. This year he's been dropping passes. So that's how it started. He was dropping passes. He might do something when he actually caught it, you know, run a little bit, get a jet sweep, maybe make a guy miss. Because he's probably the quickest and the fastest guy in the receiving corps. He's the quickest, definitely. But he dropped too many passes and it got old because he wasn't the only person, but he was the only one that didn't get benched for it.
He was like a gadget. He's like your only like gadgety quick player. He's like the Norfleet kid that played running back for you guys a while back, and kind of like some of that.
He's that type.
That start and stop thing. Honestly, like I think the only reason he plays is from like so many recruiting misses at receiver. Because normally, like you would just have a regular slot that could do that kind of stuff with. Because here we go. Let me keep it a stack with you, bro. Samaj Morgan was never supposed to be an every down receiver. He was a gadget guy that got asked to play receiver. Because what's he good at, Johnny? He's good at making people miss. He's good at little trickery stuff. He's good if he catches the ball behind the line of scrimmage. What's he bad at? Route depth, ball skills.
Yeah, his ball skills
always
are
supposed to be
horrible.
a gadget guy.
They're pretty horrible. And the fan base just got tired of it because we got a young quarterback. We need you to uplift him. You're a junior now? Like, we need you to uplift him, bro. Like, and you're not doing that. So then he got kind of semi-benched. He was still in there. He just wasn't getting any looks, really. And then punt return. He's been punt returning all year. He only has 30 yards punt return. And he fumbled. He had that fumble against Northwestern. That's when it was like, all right, bro. Like, this dude has to. So I don't care what you do with him, but I don't want to see him.
So who do you blame the most for some of your wide receiver struggles? Is it like the wide receiver coach? Is it the unit itself? Is it Chip Lindsey?
We blame Ron Bellamy.
Okay.
The receiver coach. We blame him. A lot of us have wanted him gone for years. So
I remember that. Honestly, I think one of our early talks was about that when you came on the pregame show on Best Damn Media a couple years ago. I think we talked about that, but obviously, like that didn't end up happening. And you know, it's funny because it's like, how attractive is the Michigan receiver job anyway?
Yeah, and they say he's a good recruiter besides receivers. Like, he's got a good recruiting hold in stronghold in Michigan, I guess they say.
Okay, so a community guy.
Yeah, but I need some receivers, and because sometimes he gets some highly rated receivers, but they never seem to develop into anything. I guess you could say, well, he's got Marsh looking good. That ain't enough for me. I need somebody else.
That's real. All right, dude, I'm gonna challenge you. Who are your top 3 favorite Ohio State players?
Y'all like this?
I'll answer too if you want.
Okay, bet. I want to hear your top 3 Michigan players.
You want me to go first or second?
I can name them. Claret.
Okay.
For sure. He's my number one. Like, what he did in that championship game, that's the stuff legends are made out of.
Hell yeah.
Oh, who else? Ginn.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I liked Ginn. And for 3, this is going to probably surprise some people, but I think Jack Sawyer. I'm going to say Jack Sawyer. I kind of like Jack Sawyer.
You do?
Because he reminds me, before the season, he was talking about, how the rivalry means to him. I'm from Michigan, so I understand it. Being somewhere and then, trying to,
Climb out
accomplish
of
the ultimate goals, beat your
yeah.
rival. It means something to us, so I could feel it. And then he reminds me the way he carries himself and the effort he puts in, it reminds me of Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay. No, that's real. That's real. You know what? What's funny? I'm dropping a video. It'll probably actually already be out by now, but about kind of people who are good for the rivalry versus someone who's really awful for the rivalry. I think one of the things that's good for the rivalry is like understanding the amount of respect that we have for the rivalry, and then like having that like be circled as the ultimate goal. And that's why like I love Ohio kids at Ohio State, and I also love Ohio kids at Michigan, because a lot of the Ohio kids at Michigan, how did they end up there? Because they weren't prioritized in their own state.
Yeah, they felt
So
disrespected.
so they have a little bit of extra like heat for the rivalry as well, and that becomes their ultimate goal. Like any kid from Ohio, like no matter what, any kid from Ohio that ends up attending Michigan, that is their Super Bowl, and it's
Yeah.
because they loved Ohio State so much growing up and weren't able to go there. And I think honestly, like JJ McCarthy, even though he's not from Ohio, where did he wanted to go to Ohio State.
Yeah, definitely. He did.
Like that was it. And so the rivalry meant a little bit more to him because he wasn't able to do that and ended up going to Michigan on the back end of it. So I like that kind of stuff like excites me about the rivalry. And so I can appreciate that you have Jack Sawyer. My three favorites, Mario Manningham is my number one. I love Mario Manningham. Great player. Love him. And receivers are my favorite position. Devin Funchess is up there.
Funchess?
Kind of a random one. And then I like Lil Mike.
He was nice. Who?
Lil Mike Sarenstill. Lil Mike, man.
Mikey was a monster.
Yeah, Mikey, I believe had an interception in the game, and then also scored a touchdown in the game.
He was a beast. He made that big time play against Stover for sure.
Yeah, no, so that was he had the big play against Stover, but he also scored a touchdown in one of the games earlier when he was playing receiver.
Oh yeah. That was probably 2021.
Yeah, so he's been on both sides of it, and I think that's super cool. To be honest,
one of those rare football players. I can play almost any position.
Yeah, I mean he is. I mean, I would argue that he was a better two-way player, more impactful two-way player than Jabril Peppers. No one wants to talk about that.
It's debatable.
Is it?
We didn't use Peppers as much as I thought we should have.
No, but even on defense,
what?
Even on defense, though, Jabril Peppers only had one interception his whole career.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing that Viper where he was a linebacker. He wasn't really a safety.
Yeah, that's fair.
So he was in run support, but he was just flying up so fast in run support. But I felt like 2016 in the game, they should have just, all right, we need you to just be running back. Like,
yeah,
you're the best we got. Our other backs are slow, and we need to try to grind this out. Our quarterback is I think his shoulder was dislocated or something. Like we need you to play running back at this point.
Yeah. No, that's definitely real. But back to the Ohio conversation. Do you guys feel like you have if Jordan Marshall plays, do you guys feel like you have the advantage running back wise over Bo? Like, you think Jordan Marshall's better than Bo Jackson?
I do not.
You don't?
No.
I'm blown away, Johnny. I was ready to come to bat for Bo Jackson because I think Bo Jackson's a better running back.
You think Bo is better than Marshall?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I thought you agreed with me.
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
Marshall is a dog, bro. Marshall's an every down back. He don't have to come off the field.
So is Bo. Who averages more yards per carry?
Oh, here we go with the slightly better stats.
Doesn't that mean something, though? As a true freshman, not a redshirt freshman, a true freshman, he's got a little bit more burst. He doesn't break as many tackles, but he's got more wiggle and likely Jordan Marshall has slightly better vision, but it's close.
The thing that makes Jordan Marshall different is Jordan Marshall can turn a loss of 1 into a gain of 3, a gain of 4.
Okay,
like
so Bo doesn't
he's
have
a
that.
Bell cow.
Okay, Bo doesn't have that, but Bo can turn a gain of 3 into a gain of 40.
I mean, Jordan Marshall can do that too.
Who's got better? Who's more explosive?
I'm pretty sure Bo's probably faster than him.
You know why this is funny? because I think Saturday could end up being a Freaky Friday situation. You know what that means?
What do you mean?
Our two best players are wide receivers. They're both hurt.
Yeah.
We're a passing team, but our running back then becomes our next best with the ball in his hands. Your two best players are running backs. They're both dinged up. And then your third in command is Andrew Marsh. It's going to be like
true.
freaky. It's going to be like freaky. The true freshman, by the way. I think this game is going to come down to whose true freshmen play better. And I think that is where recruiting comes into play. Why recruiting is so important. So when people talk about stars and recruiting rankings and winning battles, this game might be that. Because year over year, you see it. A true freshman always makes an impact. Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson. Like we've seen that before. And now our true freshman that we're going to have to rely on is Bo Jackson in a world where we like to throw the football. And your true freshman, your best true freshman is Andrew Marsh in a world where you guys like to run the football. It's going to be Freaky Friday, man. It could be role reversal. You see what I'm saying? And I haven't heard a single podcast talk about that.
I honestly was thinking about that earlier too. Like, this is watching you and Zach's show. Like, this is wild because Carnell and Jeremiah, and then you got Haynes and Marshall. You know, one of them is probably out. Well, we know Haynes is out.
Yeah, Marshall, Haynes is out. Jordan Marshall's doubtful, I guess, or questionable.
They said he could have went last week.
Okay,
but you know,
but we know Sherrone Moore's not the most honest with that kind of thing.
I ain't believing nothing he say. So the official injury report comes out, then
yeah,
you know. So I'm not buying it.
All right, you want to give me a final score prediction?
Actually,
I'm not gonna make you do score.
Yeah, I don't like to do scores.
I know. I remember that as I was saying it. It's gonna be snowing. 55% chance of snow.
Before we get off of here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be snowing. Does that make you feel any type of way?
That's literally why I think it's gonna be the Bo Jackson game. I think if Ohio State's gonna win this game in the way that I want them to win this game, Bo's gonna have a big performance, especially because muscle injuries in the cold worry me, bro. Because you were an athlete, so was I. That cold, when things start tightening up, it's hard to get it going after halftime. It's hard to get it going after a long drive. And Michigan has enough long drives to where guys are going to have to be on the bike to get things really going. So I think for Ohio State to win this game, you know, I'm not of the belief it's going to be Bucks by 50. I think it's going to be a dog fight, a rock fight in the mud. Like, let's throw punches. But my belief, my confidence is that my defense is going to force a punt in the fourth quarter. My defense is going to force a turnover because your quarterback, I think, is a liability. And so I just wonder how many third and longs until Chip Lindsey gets impatient, because that's what's going to cause it. And when Chip gets impatient, you know who else is going to get impatient? Bryce Underwood. Now, I do know at noon, he's got like a 70% completion percentage, some whatever. Shout out John and TJ for that one. But I feel like in this dogfight, I've got the tougher knuckles. I've got the tougher knuckles, man.
Think so?
I think so. As long as we run to the left, not the right. I think we got the tougher knuckles, man.
I mean, that's what Michigan wants to do is stop the run. That's always the number one thing, because running the ball is the easiest thing to do in football. If you can do that, if you can stop that, that's the first thing. Because what's the first thing you say? Establish the run on offense. That's what you want to do, because it's the easiest thing. So you take that away, which we've done the last 4 years for the most part, and then 20-20, let y'all feast a little bit. The red zone, try to hold y'all to 3. Ryan Day gets greedy, then you get nothing. Shouldn't have went for it on 4th.
Okay. I do want to ask you, because I have my own answer for this, and I'm just curious. How good are your linebackers in coverage? Do you view them as a liability?
Whew. They can be. They can be. It's not every time, but I've seen them be a liability. They give up a
lot of green grass sometimes. Sometimes. And for me,
sometimes I've seen them also jump passes like they're on point. Like they know exactly what's going on. So that's been the thing with Michigan this year, the inconsistency.
The boomer bust at that spot.
Yeah, you
Because
can say that.
I'm thinking like, I think this run game, there's gonna be an emphasis to get the run game going for Ohio State, but I also think they're gonna throw Bo Jackson the ball out of the backfield to get him going that way too, get linebackers in space. I also think Max Clare, given he is probably one of the top 4 or 5 receiving tight ends in the Big Ten, hasn't really had a super crazy impact this year because of Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. I think a lot of RPO action benefits him, benefits BI, and benefits Bo Jackson. So if you had to pick one weakness on your defense, what would it be?
Probably, I guess I probably would say linebackers and coverage.
Yeah. I'm
'Cause
excited, man.
they do give up a lot. Yeah, this game is it, bro. This is it. There's a lot on the line, honestly.
Especially for you guys. Especially for you guys.
Yeah, we're trying to get back to the playoffs,
Right.
and y'all trying to get y'all respect back, so I stopped laughing at y'all.
Okay. Oh my God. We made it through almost the whole show without you being an asshole. We almost made it through a full show. Hey, Johnny, I don't want to keep much longer. Hey, this is we're gonna post it as a collab. So make sure you like and sub and go leave a comment on both channels if you rock with us. And I don't know what else you got going on, Johnny, but I'm likely gonna pop into your show at some point on Sunday. Win, loss, draw. Obviously, like people can say a lot of things about me, Johnny. I don't duck any smoke. Never have. Never have.
Oh, Chris came in the paint.
No, I did, man. And it's funny because like I didn't even view that as one of the tougher times in the paint. I viewed the time after I reacted to your stream and like I felt like that because I know people like Maniac and Dom and everybody, they rock with you, man. And so they feel like, all right, look, you were wronged. Like I'm gonna get my lick back. And so that one meant more to me because I was trying to fight for my respect, also let everybody know that like I do appreciate Johnny and like I rock with Johnny no matter what. I won't beef with him at all. So you guys can all beef with me. I will never beef with Johnny. Like never, ever, ever. Even if I do wrong, I'm just gonna say sorry. I'm not gonna beef with you. So that one meant a lot to me. But before we go, I'm gonna do a creator series at some point. What made you want to start posting Michigan videos on YouTube?
Honestly, I had wanted to do it for a while. I had this was probably 2014 when I wanted to do it because I would get so mad. This was the Devin Gardner, Michigan State, when he got sacked like 9-10 times.
Was he wearing number 98 at that time?
I believe so.
That shit.
I wrote a short. I just on my phone went into the notes and wrote like a 3-page essay about what's wrong with the team and all this stuff. So when about 3 years later, I just decided to do it. Like, let me just start a channel to vent. It's really for me to vent because I get so mad about this stuff. And that's why you see me so animated and, going crazy on some of my videos is because it means something to me. Like, I grew up in Michigan. So when we lose and we're not good, like it bothers me to my soul almost. So I use it to vent. So I'm not putting it on my girl or anybody else. I put it all on YouTube, and then that felt good. And it just so happened that people started realizing, like, man, Johnny knows football, and then I mean he's hilarious because he's snapping, but he does know football.
Was there ever like a oh shit, like you got a video hit like 1,000 or like 1,200 where it's like, wow, a lot of people are listening? Was there like an oh shit moment for you? Because for me, whenever I post a YouTube video, I don't know how you look at views, but I always view views as like, okay, how many people are in this room with me listening to me talk? And that is how I continue to have like really big time reverence for it. What was that moment for you? Was it like, oh shit, like 2,000 people really listen to me go off on this? Or was it even less? Because for me, first it was like, I thought 300 people. It was fucking crazy.
Bro, because when you first start, it's like 5, 10.
6. Yeah,
20.
when I hit 10 on Menace, I was like, yeah, like let's go.
Yeah. When I think when I was like, okay, it was Ohio State 20, I think it was 2017, that game. That was my first year, and I think that video got like 50,000 because I just went crazy. Like,
I know the video you're talking about.
Yeah, I just went crazy. Like Don Brown, like I couldn't take it. And so I just snapped and it went viral. Of course, Ohio State fans just laughing at me, but
that's what it is, bro. So many views come from like the opposite fan base. Like, I guess like I think my maybe most famous rant is when I was with Zach last year, and I freaked the fuck out. Because I couldn't believe we lost. We lost to a shitty Michigan team. Like, you guys suck. You guys were not good.
People
You guys
love that negative stuff, bro. They love it.
Yeah, bro. Like, people were eating it up. People kept clipping it up, and it made its way to like some players on Ohio State, like their families, and so people stopped liking me because I was fucking pissed, bro. Because like dog, like me and Zach are up in here, and I'm a little served because I did the watch party, bro. Remember?
I remember.
I did the watch party,
Classic.
and I only did it because it was supposed to be a coronation. And as the game goes on and on and on, it's like, this is not a fucking coronation. And it's just hitting me. And I'm like drinking and drinking and drinking.
Oh
And
my God.
And some Michigan people clip me up being mad as shit.
Bro, because you and Ron in there, it's like Ron was like, he was real skeptical from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
So as the game went on, he just got more and more like, oh, bro, we're gonna lose. He just missed the field goal. Like,
yeah,
he knew y'all were gonna lose. And
but me,
you just slowly got to there, like,
I transitioned there, and then it's like setting in the fourth. You know when it started to set in that we could lose this ball game? You guys are on the drive to go score. And I'm like, fuck, like, come on, like, I need to stop. Then we get the interception from Jack Sawyer. And then we proceed to run 3 plays for 0 yards.
3 and out.
The ball away. That punt, seeing the punt team trot out there, I'm realizing that my team has been punched in the body one too many times, and they're not going to get up. And my defense had been punched in the body one too many times, and them going out there and forcing the turnover, and then the offense doing nothing with it. That's when it was like setting in. And as it's setting in, I have to do Bleacher Report after the game. And then I gotta be regular. So I'm like a little drunk, trying to pull it together, tightened up. I wasn't drunk. It was too sobering of an experience. And then I get on with Zach and I just explode. I fired. I think I fired everybody 3 times. I shipped the whole team away. I was because it's like you, this shit really means something to me, man.
Yeah. It means something. And I love it. I love it, bro, because you grew up in Ohio, right?
Yeah. Grew up in Ohio. My mom went to Michigan, but not a football person. And so my introduction to Ohio State was Ted Ginn Jr. and Troy Smith are from Cleveland. Cleveland's 30 minutes from Akron. And so like when they were coming up, it's like everybody in our neighborhood like loved those two. Like that was like the mayor and the president was what Jim Tressel and Troy Smith meant. And my uncle went to Ohio State and had a full Ohio State basement. He was also my neighbor. And so I would go over there every Saturday and watch football all day. So that was my introduction. And that's what turned me on to Ohio State. Because at the house, we didn't have Michigan anything. Because my mom was like an academic and didn't really like football. So yeah, I grew up in Ohio, grew up loving Ohio State. My first ever sporting event was Akron versus Ohio State in 2007. The score was 20-2. That was the team that made it to the championship and lost to LSU. My first heartbreak was watching Ohio State lose to Florida. So like, think about it, bro. Like from 2006 on, the Michigan game was just a coronation. I never had any nerves at any point ever. Up until 2021, that was just a coronation, not a rivalry, just a coronation. And so I didn't really have a lot of.
I noticed there's a lot of y'all like that now.
That's my pocket, bro. Because look, dude, like think about it. Every year, Johnny, like even as a little kid, 1 versus 2, I wasn't nervous at all. Like no nerves at all. Because like my and first of all, that was my first one. Second of all, my superhero in my neighborhood was Troy Smith. And like you guys were like the evil bad guy. Troy Smith will never lose to you guys. And then I saw in 2007, we had a bad quarterback. Handled you guys. Every year, handled you guys. The 1 year y'all beat us, and I'll still to this day, we should have beat you guys. We had a true freshman overthrow somebody, and we lost the game. But it was a sanction year, so it didn't even count. And so every year, dude, it was no matter what, we were going to beat y'all. I never had nerves. In fact, going back, and I started this rewatch series where I go back and rewatch old Michigan Ohio State games. I go watch, and I'm like, wow, we were losing in the 3rd quarter. Wow, we were losing in the 4th quarter. But when I watched the game, it was never that.
Most of these games were close.
Yeah, they were close until they weren't, and that weren't usually came in the 3rd quarter. So for me, I my hatred for Michigan kind of got instilled because I had to lose to you guys. And also, Michigan fans didn't know how to troll. And so their trolling is really elementary because they haven't had a chance to troll up until recently. And so the way they troll also bugs me. But I don't want to keep you too long, dog. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for doing this with me.
Oh, it ain't nothing. This game and, talking with you, being from Ohio, me being born and raised in Michigan, it means a lot. And the fact that the teams, it's at a place it hasn't been at in a long time, with us winning after y'all went on your streak, and both coaches understand this is serious. You're like, if you thought it wasn't serious, you've learned now that it's serious. So we're both practicing for it all year, and so it's not like every other game. We're preparing for each other all year, so we're going to be prepared for things that you expect us not to be prepared for.
100%. And I also think that you guys fighting for a playoff spot and us having a chance to end your season adds an extra layer to that, right? Last year was crazy because obviously there was no playoff impact on that game, only seeding impact. But this one is playoff implications. You guys can't make the playoffs unless you guys get through us, and that means something to me as well.
I don't like
anyway.
that.
That's Johnny. I'm Chris. Thanks, big dog.
Yes, sir.